Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 10 of the
Dynamic
Dynamic
Duo.
Duo. Here we are. If you don't know it, I'm Carrie Parker.
Kyley Paul.
And in this episode, we are doing a book review, the last book Kyley gave me, which was The Power of Having Fun by Dave Crenshaw. And I did do an audiobook this time, and it turns out I did not mind this one as an audiobook.
Shocker.
I know, just because tune into our last book review, friends, and you'll hear me talk about an audiobook. But this one I did enjoy. It was so many teachable moments. It was a teachable book. It was just all about teaching, which was amazing. And the way he laid it out, the roadmap, the journey, easy to follow. It was just wonderfully laid out. Like it was just a perfect roadmap, the way he did it. His descriptions of things, the desert, the oasis, very relatable. You could put yourself there. You could give yourself those experiences, and his exercises throughout his oasis actions were just very applicable to everyday life. So I really enjoyed that. He had some great acronyms: wish, worth it, someday, hopefully, or do you want win, worth it now? Which I want worth it now. I want the win. I found out that I have a very well balanced three-legged stool that I was really grateful to see that my life is fairly well balanced. So I was happy about that. That even if your life is well balanced, this book still takes you through an experience and is thought provoking and definitely leaves you with some exercises that you can bring to your work life, your personal life, and your family life. And there were a couple of things in it that I found amusing. I believe this book was written 2017, 2018, somewhere in there, released. And the author makes reference to vaccinations for flu shots and things like that. And I was like, oh, if you only knew then when you were writing this book what, vaccinations are now. That was one thing I noticed. And the other, he made a reference. He was talking about fatherhood, and he made a reference to Bob Saget, and kind of made me sad knowing that, again, we lost Bob Saget, and there was no dad like him on Full House. So that was kind of interesting that those points came up in this book. But I really enjoyed it. So thank you very much, Kyley.
Do you have your fun list? Did you make your fun list for your work and personal and family life? Good. Have you been implementing it?
I think I do pretty good. I don't think I take a 10-minute break for every 90 minutes worked. Anyway, but we definitely, I have my own personal oasis. I love getting my hair done. I pedicures, things like that. I do have my own personal oasis. I think for you and I, for work, we have our work oasis. We're pretty fun. And family life is very important to me. We family vacation together. I'm very adamant about family activities and having the family over. So yeah, I think I'm pretty good at that.
Awesome.
How long ago did you read the book?
I read the book 2 or 3 years ago and did my fun list then and then reevaluate. So I have a big binder of all of my notes that I take from the books that I've read, the hundreds of books I read, and I make a point to read back and review my notes every year, like at least once a year, because it brings up a new thought, and I'm obviously in a different place in my life with new situations going on that can be applicable. So I redid my fun list in the summertime and then brought it back up to my staff and had them do it as when I did my leadership talks with them. So yeah, we do it kind of on a regular basis.
That's a great tip, because this book is something you can definitely revisit and definitely revisit your fun list. So what's my next book, Kyley Paul?
Your next book is The 4 Essential Keys to Effective Communication. Ooh. I don't know if you can see. You guys can see that.
And who wrote that? Who's the author, please?
Bento Leal. So this is for love, life, work, anywhere. And it's a really interesting, it's also kind of a really easy read, quick, very simple, easy to follow, gives examples, walks you through different scenarios. And this is more on the relationship side. So we kind of did a mindset kind of book first. Mm-hmm. This one is more of time management with the power of fun. And then this one's kind of a relationship book and noticing how you communicate with others, how they communicate with you, and then how you can optimize your communication basically. And after I read this book and started implementing everything I was learning as I was learning it, and immediately I got immediate feedback from the people that I was talking to that they noticed that I was communicating differently and they appreciated the new way that I was communicating with them after reading this. So I think it's very applicable to everyone at any stage, no matter what your life looks like, no matter if you're in business or not in business or anything. This is a book that everyone could learn something from and implement into your relationship life and hopefully add some value.
Great. Well, look for our review at the end of March, friends. And this was our book review, episode 10 with the Dynamic Duo. Take care, everyone.